Thank you, John. Good evening, everybody. I may not be Tony Avella, but I think that as controller of the City of New York for a little more than the last 7 years, I've been a friend of this organization and a supporter of the humane treatment of animals within New York City. Let me start, and just to talk about a couple things. From the day I took office in 2002, one of the first issues that we focused on was the Center for Animal Care and Control, and how bad the situations were there. How animals, and looking at the shelter conditions, found out how animals were being accidentally and needlessly euthanized, how they lived in the cages in filthy conditions, how they were poorly treated. And no, because of that audit, and to tell you how much they tried to avoid complying with the audit, as far as letting my people on site to do the work, we had to subpoena the information. We had to force our way in. And in the end, the work that I did then led to the board being replaced, the executive director being fired, and new focus on the shelters that the Center for Animal Care and Control ran. We came back again. We just didn't leave it there. We came back again in 2006 to see the conditions had improved, but they still had a long way to go. They still weren't providing for health of the animals the way it should be, and for exercise and other opportunities for all of them. So no, it wasn't just one audit. We came back again. 2007, in September, no, it was my audit of the carriage horse industry that exposed some of the conditions that the horses operated under. The fact that the agencies that were entrusted with oversight of the industry had dropped the ball, had failed to do the jobs that they were supposed to. The Department of Health and had just dropped it, and DCA hadn't done the work that they had to do. We made recommendations and looked at everything from, if you looked at Central Park South and what those horses had to stand in, the unsanitary conditions, how heat during the day. No, we made 11 recommendations off of that, even to the size of the stalls that the horses had to sleep in, and the fact that they were 10 feet by 4 feet wide. So no, we made a number of recommendations for change then, and made recommendations on how to improve the conditions. Do I support the Avella bill? And I will say, no, I do not. I have been working with Councilman Dan Garodnick, who is drafting legislation that would try and create a win-win situation for those who have jobs in that industry would be able to have jobs in another green industry. So Dan and I are working together. He is also working with the ASPCA, and in the next month, we'll have a follow-up audit on what happened and has there been improvement in that industry. Finally, in January of 2007, it reached out to the mayor regarding the health department's failure to adequately address a number of issues relating to animal control policies, licensing fees, population control, so many other things. To say to him, his administration had dropped the ball and they weren't doing the work that they were supposed to. And no, working with this organization, working with the ASPCA, I believe we've created focus in a controller's office where none existed before, and helped to redefine that office. I know I'm out of time in my comments. I would like, as mayor, let you understand that these are important issues. As controller, in just providing oversight, trying to shine a light on these conditions, I think I've done an excellent job in redefining how a controller can impact on humane treatment of animals. And as mayor, I definitely would do that and more.